Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to this webinar from IATEFL PronSIG. Today, we're delighted to welcome Carol Gonçalves, who will be sharing her wisdom on her talk entitled A Pronunciation Journey, Pronunciation and Emotions, Next Stop, Mindful Students. Certificates are provided to anyone who's watching this webinar live. If you attend the whole webinar, you will automatically receive an email containing your certificate after the webinar has finished. If you're watching the recording, please make your own note of your professional development activity. There will be time for questions at the end of Carol's talk. Please write your questions in the Q&A chat box. The Q&A button appears when you move your mouse to the bottom of the Zoom window. If someone has already written the same question, you can click the thumbs up button next to that question to move it higher up the list rather than writing it again. And if you need any help during the webinar, please contact me in the chat box. To tell you a little bit more about Carol, Carol has been working at SBCI since 2007. She holds a BA in languages from UFRJ and a postgraduate degree in English, English language teaching, UFMG. She is the coordinator of RAS TESOL Pronunciation SIG, and she's also a member of the Real Chapter Advisory Board. Her main interests are phonology, world Englishes, and materials writing for the classroom. So, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, Carol.
Hello, everyone. Thanks a million, Vega, for the introduction. Let me just share first with you. Okay, fine. Hello, everyone. Thanks a million for being here with me today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you. We have people from all over the world. Thanks a million. I'm delighted to be here today and have the opportunity to share with you what I've been doing in terms of emotions and pronunciation. Thank you very much, IATEFL and IATEFL PronSIG for this amazing opportunity. I will try to keep track of the chat box while I am interacting here with you. Hello everyone. And there will be some moments in which we'll have to interact through the chat box. And also, I would like just to ask you to have with you like paper, like a slip, of paper and pen or pencil. So we're not going to use it right now, but we'll need it throughout the webinar. So just a reminder. Well, let me just get it started. Just a minute. All right. Well, before we start, I just want to show you a little bit of the context of where I work here in Brazil. As Taylor has just mentioned, I've been working at SBCI. In Portuguese, we say Sociedade Brasileira de Cultura Inglesa for 13 years. It's a non-profit organization here in Rio, Brazil. Our mission is to enhance social integration and development of low-income students through high-quality teaching of English language. We have partnerships with 50 NGOs. These are like the number of students that we have and the number of students we usually have in class, the teachers, academic coordinators, and our academic manager. All right, so now I would like that we talk a little bit about my context. I would like to invite you, as the title says in the abstract a little bit, to invite you on a journey, from the mind to the heart. To start with, we're going to start with a game, which is called the alphabet game. I don't know if maybe some of you are already familiar with this game. And it works like that. We're going to use the chat box. And I would like to challenge you today to come up with feelings or emotions with the letters of the alphabet. So, for example, the first letter of the alphabet, letter A. can you please help me through the chat box and write feelings or emotions that come to your mind that start with letter A? Yeah, the first thing that comes to your mind, please. All right, so we have here some contributions. All agitated, angry, anger. Yeah, I guess everybody's, yeah, all panelists and attendees, fine. Awesome, you're great. Yeah. How about letter B? Let's move on to letter B. Okay, awesome. There are lots of bored. I hope you're not feeling bored, yeah, right now. Bewildered, yeah, cool. Awesome. How about letter C? Let's try one more. Mm, calm. Calm is good. Mhm. Oh, yes. Elif has a question. Does the feeling have to start with the letter? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a feeling or emotion that starts with the letter, like A, someone mentioned angry, B, bored, C, cheerful. So we have charmed, lots of careful and creative, calm. How about letter D, people? I'm trying to keep track here in the chat box. Courageous. Letter D. Dubious, depressed. All right. Just one more. Letter E. Which ones come to your mind? Okay, emotional. Awesome. Energetic. That's good. Yeah. Here in Brazil, we are in the morning, yeah, so waking up like feeling energetic, yeah, enthusiastic. Awesome. The idea of this activity, in fact, when I came up with this idea, was to use this one to work as pre-listening. Yeah, so that would work as a pre-listening activity, and then the teacher, yeah, will have the chance to check how many words, yeah, in this case, feelings and emotions, students could come up with, yeah, with the letters of the alphabet. Of course, that you can adapt it. Maybe it's not going to be necessary to use or work with all the letters of the alphabet on the same day. Maybe you can try to work with some letters of the alphabet. Depends on how you're going to deal with the activity, right? But this is just to show you how it could work. Of course, that now in this online environment, this could work through the chat box, or maybe you face-to-face lessons, you can challenge the students and invite them to write down the words, yeah, maybe on a slip of paper. Then they could share their ideas and check with the partners, yeah, if they have written down the same words. Or you could assign it as homework, and the students could come up with the words next to class. So I guess you could adapt. Yeah, I guess that's the word for today. Yeah, I'm going to share with you some ideas, and if you do, please adapt any of the activities, please reach out to me. Yeah. Well, I told you that we are working with these as a listening activity, because the alphabet game is working with emotions and feelings. And the activity that I would like to show you now is a listening one, yeah, which I decided to work with some videos from a website called Great Schools. Yeah. By the end of the webinar, I will share with you a PDF file where you can have the slides, and we have the clickable, yeah, links. This one, for example, will lead you to the website, which is great, works with a lot of material, yeah, for teachers and parents as well. This one is specifically, yeah, one part of the website, they are inviting, yeah, the kids to tell a story when they felt something deeply, and the kids will tell the story. I selected here 4 of them, but there are others. I'm going to show you the website in a minute. And then the idea of my activity will be, at first, to tell the students that they are looking at photos from a video, from videos in which kids were telling a story when they felt something deeply. And just by looking at the photos at first, I would invite them to guess, yeah, which feelings or emotions they think the students are feeling or are describing, yeah, in the story. Let's give it a try through the chat box. For example, you just have a photo, right? The kid number one here, just looking at this photo. Are you able to imagine or guess how she's feeling? Girl number one here. Maybe you can share with me. All right, so Jasmine said happy and also, all right, maybe. So that would be the idea. Yeah. How about, thank you very much, yeah, for sharing. How about kid number two? An idea about how she's feeling or which emotions she's describing. All right, confused, yeah. Facial expressions, it tells a lot. Cool, thanks. How about the boy, oops, sorry. How about the boy in picture 3? All right, guilty, maybe, feeling down. And the girl in picture 4, the last one here. Okay, maybe hopeful, proud. Awesome. So that would be the idea, to work with these 4. Thanks a million for your contributions. Yeah. And then what could we do? We could play the video for students to check their predictions. Yeah. But do not confirm answers yet. Yeah. So just to play. I will play 2 of them with you. I would like to check first. If you can see, can everybody see my screen with the video? Just checking before I play. All right, awesome. So that would be the idea. I selected 2 of them, yeah, here from my activity to play for you. So, all right, now let's listen to them describing, yeah, a feeling, an emotion, and check your predictions. But the idea would be not to confirm answers yet, but once again, would be able to adapt it. So let's see what she's talking about, okay?
Usually he's so upbeat and happy, and he's always so cheerful. But today he just looked sad. He wasn't talking to anyone. He's just standing there, following the crowd, and I knew there was something up, and I kept on asking him, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" He never answered. So I pulled him aside and said, "You know what? I know you. I've known you for a while now, a long while. What's wrong?" He said, "My grandpa passed away." And I automatically was gonna cry because I'm like, "Oh my God, my grandpa, his grandpa, both gone." And I knew that I can comfort him, and I know how it felt. So
All right, so that was the first one. Um, Now that you've watched the video, how do you think she feels, people? The first girl. And I guess some people mentioned, yeah, this before. So you don't confirm the answers, but then maybe you can check, yeah, their predictions. All right, awesome. Um, the way I dealt with the activity, yeah, I will show you the next one, was different. But if you prefer, you can continue playing to your students, yeah. And if you continue playing, you see that they give some options. So here we have, I felt A, B, or C. So you can work with the options if you prefer, or you can scroll down, show the feeling word. Yeah, that would be a possibility as well. And if you continue here, I'm going to show just to show you what comes after that. You can take it further. We have here some conversation starters. They suggest some activities as well that can all be adapted. So if you want to, the way I worked with it, I just played before, I paused before, and interacted, yeah, with the students. The other one that I'm going to show you is this one. Let me play for you.
We had to take a test. Our teacher told us that it took on Friday. The test will be have to be graded though, and it had 52 questions, and my stomach was hurting. I couldn't sleep at night. I had nightmares twice a week. And when this test started, my stomach was hurting, but I tried my best on it and I got 100%.
Okay. All right. So I guess some people said, yeah, yeah, I agree. She's really sweet. Yeah. Um, Once again, if you prefer, yeah, proud, yeah, relieved, possibilities. Yeah, some possibilities. You can continue as well as I told you before. All the videos you have this, yeah, possibility to show the options, show the answer, and then go further. Yeah, the way I worked with these videos was the following. The idea was to play four of them, check predictions, and then I would play again. Yeah, so I came up with these exercise over here. So I would invite students to listen to the kids again, look at the table, and they would have to complete with keywords about the story. Remember, each kid's telling a story. Yeah, so they would complete here with like, what this table here, what's the story? They would complete with some keywords and then write down which emotion they think the kid is describing. Yeah, then the idea would be for them to first to work individually. Then they could compare their answers in pairs, and then we would check, yeah, the answers. You can use the video to check, or you can check together, yeah, with them. It would be up to you. Um, After that, after checking answers, yeah, I would invite students to the discussion time, yeah, so they could discuss in their trios, for example, what they thought of the activity, if they think the kids enjoyed, in this case here, yeah, talk about their feelings. So that would work more as a post listening. Yeah, so we would start with the with the alphabet game, then would have the while one, while they listen, they predict, they guess, then we check, and then we come up with the discussion by the end of the activity. And then we could ask students, yeah, if they would like to participate in an activity like that. Which stories, yeah, would they tell? And also, I thought of maybe they could share the stories and their partner could guess the feeling, yeah, or the emotion they are describing. So far, so good. Everyone, is everything all right? Yeah, you could just tell me through the chat box, just if it's clear. Okay. Awesome. Great. And well, how how is it related or connected, yeah, to pronunciation somehow, right? So because the title was a journey, yeah, through pronunciation and emotions, and then we have mindful students. I believe that at this time students will be aware of their own feelings, and they would improve their emotion vocabulary, yeah, with the alphabet game, sharing their answers, listening to kids, yeah, talking about something they felt deeply. So they'll have the chance to be aware of their own feelings, yeah, aware of their own emotions. And based on that, when I used this activity, I worked before with an article about emotional intelligence from BBC. And then I wanted to work with pronunciation. So I want to work with two critical sounds, yeah, for Brazilian speakers, not only Brazilian speakers, but critical sounds in English, yeah, for in this case, a person who is learning English, yeah, as a foreign language or as a second language. And I thought of selecting some sentences. Yeah, these are from the listening exercise. That was the name, the title of the video. Yeah, do you feel me? And this is the question that I asked in the exercise, which was written there. This sentence here, the second one, is from the article, yeah, that the students would have already read, yeah, at first. Here I selected one exercise to share with you. The idea will be the following. I will make these sentences available and ask students to pay attention, to read the sentences and pay attention to the words highlighted and to how they are pronounced. So the students will read, and then they will have some questions to think of, such as what the words in blue have in common, and how about the ones in green? Oops, sorry. Okay. Also, one more question. This one. How do these two groups of words contrast when it comes to pronunciation? Yeah, maybe we could give students some time again to work individually. Then they could share and check, yeah, answers with their partners. But I guess it's a good idea for them to try to find out for themselves, yeah, and then share. Then they would circle the option, which one they think is short and long. Some teachers, yeah, some people usually ask me if I usually work with these activities that I came up with was for more upper intermediate and advanced students. But some teachers usually ask me if I work with the symbols and phonemic transcriptions with basic students, and I do also to teach the alphabet, yeah, with colors, yeah. I use that and some ideas from Adrian Underhill and Thelma Marques as well. So I use the symbols. That's it. Yeah, Jasmine is here. Will you share the slides later on? Yes, of course, Omar. Yeah, I don't know if I pronounced your name correctly, Omar. Yeah, but yeah, I will share. And also, we could ask if students can think of other examples themselves. Yeah, so you could discuss the answers with them, and usually, when they are familiar, yeah, if they are aware again, yeah, to be aware of their feelings, to be aware of the sounds or how we produce the sounds, or the difference between the sounds, they could come up with other examples. They usually come up with like the verb live. Yeah, I live in Brazil, for example, and oh, sorry, I have to leave now. So if you show as well your mouth, the position, yeah, of your mouth, and then you can say I live. Just a minute. So I live here, I have to leave now. So they can see the position, yeah, of your lips, the positions of your mouth. So they usually come up with other examples, and once again, they are aware of the sounds, yeah, they are producing. So I believe this is important as well. And based on that, these exercise, by the way, I came up when I finished my specialization course at a university in Minas Gerais in Brazil, UFMG. By the end of the course, we have to come up with like 2 units for a book, for example, working with grammar, vocabulary, reading, listening. And I decided to focus a little bit more on pronunciation, yeah, skills. And then I thought of how can I develop some practical activities, yeah, practical pronunciation activities. That was when I came up with the pronunciation challenge, yeah. So my first idea was to not only, yeah, not only can you have a lesson on pronunciation if you think so. So today we're going to have a whole class on pronunciation, or we can have some moments in class as well. I'm not talking only about the like pronunciation boxes, right? Like as Adrian Underhill usually call in an article that I read in his book, in fact, about prom slots. Yeah. So we have the lesson, and then we have the prom slots, like the so-called pronunciation boxes. We could go beyond that. And how could we make it more appealing, I would say, more meaningful to the students? So I came up with this idea of pronunciation challenge. And now I would like to share with you some of the activities that I came up with. And today we are going to work with these 2 sounds, yeah? The long and the short, yeah, E and E. To start with, this is the one that that's why I mentioned, remember people in the beginning, that you should have a paper or a pen or a pencil. What I would like to, yeah, that's it. Tongue twisters are nice. I mean, I agree with you. And they have fun as well. Yeah? Students have fun. We too. I would like you to take now, please, the paper, yeah, the slip of paper, and draw a rectangle, as you have here in the slide, yeah? So if you draw the rectangle, we should divide it in 6 columns, 12, yeah, small rectangles. And what I'd like you to do now, please, is to write down these words that you can see here on the slide. So you divide, and then you should write the words. And all of them, please. So something like that. It's not that beautiful, yeah, but you just draw and write the words here. Because the idea of these activities, I decided to call it listening maze, and I will give you the instructions, right? I just want to give you some time. If you have, yeah, the paper there with you, the pen and the pencil, draw the rectangle as it is here with the words, all the words. Just a couple of seconds. Minimal pairs, exactly, yeah. hmm While you are getting ready, I will tell you the idea. What's the idea of the activity? This listening maze would work like that. The teacher would choose, I've chosen this one. Maybe you could choose words that you are working with, yeah, in your lessons, which have like these sounds or other sounds that you'd like to work with your students. Um, the teacher should select the words, yeah, to dictate beforehand. Yeah, so for example, I have here the words that I decided to dictate. So students could have it maybe face to face. Maybe you couldn't ask the students to do that. You could give them like a slip of paper with the words already if you prefer. And the teacher should dictate, should say each word twice. So you should tell the students, so I'm going to dictate some words for you. And for each column here, yeah, I'm going to say one of the words, this one or this one. So you have to follow. Yeah. So as soon as I say the word, you have to circle the word you hear. Okay. With the first column, let's go to the second one. So you say the other one and you have to circle the word you hear. Is it clear, everyone? To the end. And you say each word twice. To make it even more challenging, if you want to, somehow, yeah, or you can cover your mouth or not. Yeah, it depends on what you want to work with your students. If you want to make it more challenging, you can cover your mouth. Because if you have already worked with the sounds that you see when you do it, E and E. But it's up to you, all right? I'm not going to do this right now, but you could. So the first word is feast. And then everybody have to circle, yeah, the word on your slip of paper. The first word is feast. All right. The second one is tin. Tin. Okay. The next one is sleep. Sleep. Okay. All right, just checking if you're following me. All right. The next column now, leap. Leap. The next we have ship. Ship. And the last one that I selected was fit. Fit. As I told you before, you could have covered your mouth to make it more challenging. And then students could check with their partners before you check. Here I have this slide where you can check together, yeah, with your students. And we're going to check together. Could you please write in the chat box the first word that I said, please? The first group here, yeah, the first column. So if you could write here, please, I would appreciate. Thank you. And that's it. Yeah, I said feast. How about the second one, the second column? Okay. Tin. Right. Thank you. How about the third? I'm trying to follow here. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. How about the next one? Long again. So how about the next? Okay. Thank you. Ship. And the last one, people. Fit. Okay. So you could either work with like individual repetition, group repetition. Yeah, so then everybody would repeat together just to double check. Feast, teen, sleep. Show the students. I read an article last year by Mark Hancock in which he talks about teaching pronunciation online. It's available in the references as well. And then he mentioned about teaching pronunciation like face to face and online. Like it depends on how many students you have in class. Maybe the student who is out there, couldn't see exactly your lips. Maybe we could make profit of like the online environment, and as we have like the camera, the camera over here, we could make it clear to the students, so like what happens to your lips, like feast, fist. So maybe we could take advantage, of that while teaching pronunciation online. And these exercise here would work as a listening, as I call it, listening maze. But as I've just mentioned, Mark Hancock, I would like to share, I talked to him as well about the webinar and this activity that I came up with. And I would like to share his idea, how we could work with these minimal pairs. Before we move on, is that all right? Yeah, is everything okay? Cool. Awesome. This is the one which is great, by Mark Hancock. This is from his book Pronunciation Puzzles, as I wrote here, from Pack 2. And maybe you are familiar, with this one. This material is available, online, so you can take it for free. It's Yes, Vicky. Yeah, it's a great book. This one, in fact, it's not working with listening. Like the teacher is not going to dictate, or maybe once again you could adapt it. But I guess Mark's idea was it could be homework, or it could be done in class as well. And the student will have this, these exercise, and we have to go from the top, left corner to the bottom right. So this is the root, so the student will have to find out the root. This is amazing, I have already used this one with students as well. They really enjoy it. You should give it a try. I thought of trying here with you just the first 3 or 4 words. So we're going to start here, top left, and go to bottom right. So we have here the long one, as we were doing before, working with the other activities. And we have here E, we have some options, this one, and this one. Could you tell me in the chat box, where would you go? Going through here to the first, the second, maybe you can write the word. Okay, thank you. Exactly that. So let me just make sure it's working. Okay. And after eat, where would you go? So we have here some contributions. Okay, thank you. After me, where would you go? All right. Yep. Thank you. We had this one, in the exercise before as well. And after sleep. Awesome. And then we could go on. I would use this slide to check answers, with the students. So it's more like visual, They could see exactly where you are going. So this is amazing, So you should take a look. It's also a clickable one, as I told you, I'm going to share with you, by the end. And it could go on, the students really enjoy this activity as well. So we could work either way, with listening. So you're going to dictate it, or maybe later on you can work with these activities as well. So the students, will have more time to look and analyze, the other ones, the words. And still working with the same sounds. Now, due to COVID-19 outbreak, everybody is teaching online. We came with remote learning, right? And awesome. And I thought of how we could make the most of online tools. How could we adapt activities, not only pronunciation activities, right? All the other activities. Yes, awesome, Anna. On Jamboard, that would be awesome. Great. As we were talking about online tools, Anna Paula just mentioned Jamboard. The one that I'm going to share with you today is I created another exercise now to the online environment as well using Genially. So you're probably familiar with Genially as well. And I thought of working now, not with the words, yeah, but with the transcription. So I would like to invite you on another challenge today, people. And how is it gonna work? You can use your cell phones. Yeah, I will show you the QR code in a minute. And what's the idea? As soon as you read, yeah, your cell phone reads the QR code, it's going to lead you to this website, Genially, and you have to press here on start. So you will have the word transcribed, yeah, the phonemic transcription of a word, once again with the sounds, yeah, E and E, the long and the short one. And at this time, you don't have to circle or find a root. You have to click on a picture, click on an image, okay? So let's see, and then maybe it's gonna be better for you. Oh, no problem. Yeah, if you're charging your cell phone, yeah, I'm gonna show you here the link as well. No problem. So this is the QR code and the website. So you should use your cell phones, and this will lead you to the website, Genially. And as soon as you click on start, I'm going to share with you. I'm just giving you some minutes to see, to scan the QR code, yeah, or enter the website. I will come back in a minute. That's what you should see. And as soon as you click on start loading, awesome. Already on the site. So as soon as you click on start, I just want to show you the first one. So we have here the first word. So it's transcribed. Yes, of course. I can come back to the link. Give me just a minute. Just a minute. I'll come back. Okay, let me make everybody. I just typed the link in the chat box, maybe to make it better, yeah, more practical. The link is also in the chat box, okay, people? Awesome. I know that some people maybe are already doing it. Is it there, the link? Yeah, okay. So no problem. So that would be the idea. As soon as you open and click on start, you see the word here transcribed, and you have to click on the right picture. Okay, so we have here the first one, feast. Which one are we talking about? I'm not going to click because I would like you to try, yeah, first. So as soon as you click, if it's correct, you're going to move on. If it's wrong, it's going to take you to the first one again, yeah? So I would like to give you some time. If you have any questions, it's working? Awesome. If you have any questions, just let me know, yeah, in the chat box, but I would like you to try individually to give it a try, yeah. Awesome, Carlos. Great, great to know. It's working, perfect. Awesome. So that would be another way of working with minimal pairs. Once again, making the most of the online tools, yeah, now that we have remote learning. All right, thanks, Daniela. Thank you. Awesome. Great, people. Thanks a million, yeah? So I thought of using this one, so we could use the listening maze, you could use Mark's material, which is awesome, or we could bring this to remote learning, yeah, with the photos. And if you click on the wrong one, yeah, so they lead you back and you click on try again. You can work with other sounds, you can work with other words. If you are familiar with Genially, yeah, but maybe I'm pretty sure that someone can help you out. I can help you out as well. So you can select the images. Maybe you'd say, it takes some time to prepare it. Yeah, but then you could use it. Yeah, lots of times, the same activity, right? Awesome. I'm really happy you enjoyed it. Let me come back here to the presentation. All right. And okay, so then I thought of, as we had the listening made with the teacher, yeah, dictating, the words. So maybe now we could have a peer dictation. If the students are aware of the sounds, if they are familiar with the words, maybe people, they could choose some words. Yeah. So each student, let's say they would select 3 words. Okay, now it's my time. Yeah, I selected the words, I will dictate them to you, and you would write it down. And then the other student could, yeah. And also in this way, I guess that students would feel more confident when it comes to pronunciation, yeah, and working with self-confidence. I believe it's really important, yeah, as well. So then you have them the chance to choose the words. They will say the words to the partner, yeah, to their peers, and then they will check, yeah, the words together. Okay. And as for self-confidence, talking a little bit about that, I would like to share with you here 2 quotes. One by John Wells, in which he mentions that what we should prioritize, yeah, in terms of teaching of English pronunciation. And also he mentioned 3 keywords that I find really important. Intelligibility, in this case, yeah. So we should concentrate, according to John Wells, on the matters that most impede intelligibility while encouraging fluency and confidence. And also David Crystal affirms that, and I totally agree, yeah, with that the more you expose people to a variety of accents and listening comprehensions, as he said, the more confident they are going to be. And he says, when they encounter the realities of English. So in terms of, if you think of course books, maybe, I know that now they have been trying to add different Englishes, yeah, to the course books, but we usually have, at least here in Brazil as well, the material that we usually use, we tend to focus on British and American English. But what about Brazilian English? Yeah, what about Canadian English, Australian English, Indian English? Yeah, how about Cuban English, Colombian English? I mean, word Englishes. Yeah, so why not yeah, exposing students to other varieties of English? That's when I came up with Englishes time. Yeah, exactly, authenticity is also important. And this video here, which is also available online, I'm going to show you just part of it. Yeah, but you have them here. As I told you, they are clickable as well. And here, I believe it's a very good video because it talks about life in lockdown. And these videos back is from April, yeah. And here we have people like the beginning of quarantine, the beginning of lockdown, and people are expressing their fears, their concerns, yeah, and they are from different places around the world. So students will have the chance to listen to different people, and they could share maybe the same fears, yeah, and due to COVID-19. So I'm going to show you just the beginning of the video, but it's here. As you can see, you can find this online. Let me just play for you the beginning.
This is Cole from Russia.
I am currently speaking to you from Mumbai, Maharashtra.
Hello, greetings from Beijing.
For 21 days, I've been quarantined in Ecuador due to the COVID-19 outbreak.
It's as if life is suspended now, but we were not given the tools to know how to handle this, putting our lives on hold.
So it was the usual message from our government, and they shortly about stay at home, be careful, or get in jail.
In Germany, all shops are closed except supermarkets and pharmacies.
For the past month or so, we really can't leave our homes except for buying food, medical supplies, or a short walk.
Mostly surviving this period right now with less of a schedule and more of a rhythm. 8 months old is a weird age for babies.
I don't know if you can see my view, but it is a large concrete wall that extends upwards with rejas or bars make social distancing a little bit easier.
This is my office, as you can see. No makeup, no and tired.
I'm from Italy, and I am living what you will be living in a few days. So let me give you some advice.
It's very difficult for people to be locked up in one place for long periods of time. I myself have been concentrating on fitness. My sister's been trying to learn an instrument.
We still attend church services on Sundays through online.
Take a coffee, better if an Italian one.
I've, signed up for some online courses.
Forget barbershops because they're closed, as you can see. I mean, just experiment. You're home, so maybe try a look you never had the chance to try.
One of the things I've started doing for just 5 minutes in between phone calls and emails, just coming outside and getting a bounce on the trampoline, and it's amazing what a little bit of bouncing does to help you feel a little bit better about yourself in a way that you'd never believe.
I have faith that everything will pass, that we'll come out more in solidarity with each other, and especially with our planet.
All I can say is in this pandemic we have to be positive. We have to actually see the good, the silver lining in this cloud.
I'm pretty sure that we all will win this battle. We will overcome the situation. Just stay home, stay safe.
I think we're in pretty good shape, and I wish everyone to stay safe and healthy, and of course positive. Love from Russia.
It feels like people are reconnecting even if they cannot see each other. It feels like we are getting to share the most precious thing we have, and it's time. And it's also the only thing that we have right now.
Okay. I've trying to read some messages here, like very interesting, motivational, definitely. Yeah. When I came across this video, as I told back in April, I really wanted to use this in class, and for different reasons. It was quite the beginning of the lockdown, and we're sharing the same fears. Yeah, what's going to happen next? Now we have the vaccine and stuff, people working hard, yeah, in the front line to help everybody. But this was just the beginning, yeah. I'm happy you enjoyed this really appropriate topic for students to respond exactly and to expand on. And once again, we could use this video in different ways. So I want to work with vocabulary, chunks or expressions. Maybe we could use some of the words, yeah, and expressions the people used. Today, I'm focused on pronunciation and exposing students to different varieties, yeah, and different accents. So here you have different ones, and they also tell you where the person is from. Yeah, so this is another chance to work with that. Let me see here the messages. Okay, have you seen this video before? Yeah, maybe you have read. Seen it. So now maybe you could once again adapt, yeah, come up with ideas and come up with activities. Maybe if you want to focus on a specific sound, yeah, you could watch the video again and pay attention, yeah, to that as well. Talking about English this time, maybe you are familiar, and here I have another idea. In fact, the name of the website is IDEA. And you can check it online, the International Dialects of English Archive. So they have recordings, yeah, of English dialects and accents as heard around the world. So they have samples, people reading different samples. Some people talking about themselves, some people reading the same samples, like the same texts. So I would really give it a try and take a look at this website. So if you would like to expose your students to different varieties of Englishes, and also probably you could share with me also in the chat box. Take a look at IDEA, but also online, people, we have lots of videos available. And you could for example, come up with different films or TV series, talk shows, interviews in which we have people from other parts of the world, yeah, speaking English. So here I brought to you first this video, yeah, from CNN. IDEA, you should give it a try, yeah, to take a look at what we have here. And I just brought here some suggestions from TV series and interviews, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, this is great as well. Someone suggested here in the chat box. They have people from around the world. I brought here, if you have other suggestions, please do write in the chat box. But I brought here from a TV series called Modern Family, in which we have Gloria, a Colombian character, an actress as well. We have Gloria is the best. She is. The Big Bang Theory. We have, or maybe students would have the chance, yeah, to, oh, Elif, that would be my next one. Thanks a million, one day at a time, yeah. One day at a time, we have Lydia, also known or best known as Abuelita, yeah. So you could listen to different accents with TV series and films as well. I found another video online called Accents of English Around the World. And then we could find and listen to people from different countries. In this, I found an interview with Omar Sy, a French actor who is nowadays playing Lupin on a series from Netflix. Have you already watched it? So it's a French one. So in Lupin, of course, he's speaking French. But I found an interview. Yeah, once again, everything here is clickable. Yeah, you can take a look at it later on. So an interview with Omar Sy speaking English, and he mentions about learning English. Yeah, like after being on some French films and now being in American films, he had to learn English. Yeah, so that would be awesome. And I brought here also a Brazilian, yeah, model, Gisele Bündchen. We have some interviews with her, so students will be able to listen to someone from Brazil, yeah, speaking English as well. We also have Wagner Moura, Rodrigo Santoro from Brazil, but you could expose the students to a variety of different, yeah, Englishes from all over the world. Why not, yeah, doing that? That would be awesome. And to finish, I just want to share with you like the discussion time. So after exposing or showing students different videos with people from different countries, yeah, from different countries speaking English, you could come up with some questions, yeah. I thought of, were you able to recognize any of the accents? You could come up with other questions as well. This one here, maybe you could ask a student, would you say any of these accents are similar to yours? So that would be nice. Which ones they could say. And also you could ask students which ones are easier to understand or which ones are more challenging. I prefer using challenging, yeah, with my students than difficult, but which ones are more challenging and why? Maybe some of them are more challenging because they have been listening only to British and American accents, yeah, all the time, and not other types of, yeah, accents. So that would be a possibility to discuss with students. And while I was thinking of this presentation, I came up with another idea. I thought of, I'm really passionate about accents, so I thought of accents as like an acronym, yeah? And what would the words, in this case, the letters, yeah? What would the letters of the word accents in the plural stand for? Could you help me out? For example, the first one is letter A. Yeah, so I thought of awe-inspiring. Yeah, so if I think of accents, I would select of what each letter of the word, yeah, A, C, C, E, N, T, S stand for. Could you help me in the chat box, please? For example, the next one would be letter C. Two C's, yeah, double C's. But if you're going to come up with words related to accents, what would you think letter C stand for? Any ideas? For letter A, I thought of awe-inspiring. Let's think of accents. Culture, awesome. Communication. You can't hear me? Can you hear me, people? Yeah? Okay. I guess Omar can't hear me. Can you hear me now, Omar? I hope so. All right. For C, yeah, I thought of, there are double C's, yeah. I thought of communication, someone mentioned as well. And I thought of collaboration, but I loved it. Culture. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. How about the next one? What can you think of? Awesome. How about letter E? How could we relate to which word comes to your mind? Enlightening. All right. Empathy. Awesome. I thought of emotions as well, but empathy with feet. Awesome. How about letter N? What comes to your mind? Elaborate, engaging, entertaining. How about letter N now? Any ideas for letter N? Notion, nice, national. Yeah, I thought of numerous. Yeah, so we have like lots of accents, like numerous, natural, numerous. Jennifer mentioned here. Okay, how about letter T? Natural, national. What words would you come up with for letter T? Oh, no problem. Talk, tolerant, think, great, talent. I thought of togetherness. Yeah. Trial, tactile, tremendous. Awesome. You're great with words, people. Thanks a million for sharing. Thrilling. And I thought of the word in the plural, of course. Yeah. Accents. So how about letter S? Just to finish. Okay, tangible, talk time. For letter S, I thought of self-confidence. Yeah. And this is shine, show. Yeah. Awesome. And in terms of self-confidence, I just would like to share these with you before we finish and go to the quick Q&A. Awesome words. So I would like just to tell me, people, if you agree with this comic. Yeah. This is by Itchy Feet as well. You can take a look at the website. Or have you ever seen this before? Have you seen this before? Or do you agree? Yeah, that's my first question. Okay, I love it, definitely. And just to let you know that we're talking about ability, ability and confidence, and that's important. That's why we have been talking about confidence, self-confidence, all the time. And we should make students aware of that, not only in terms of pronunciation, but in terms of learning a new language, or any other type of ability, right? Low ability, but they speak in such a manner that, okay, that's fine. It happens, as well. So, just a minute. Confidence serves a lot. Okay, awesome. There is a link here that I would like to leave it with you. Not exactly now, but because we're going to the Q&A. But I would like you, the link is already here. I can share the link in the chat box as well in a minute. And this is just for you to, they will open a wheel and you can spin the wheel and you have a message. This is a message that I would like to leave for you. So as soon as you click and you spin the wheel or you drag the wheel to spin, there will be a message for you. You make a difference, you're loved, you are enough. You can take, it's very important to praise the students and take a compliment. In this case, I would like you to keep it or pass it on. So I'll leave it here and I will copy and paste the link in the chat box in a minute before we go to the Q&A. I just want to finish with these sentence, people. I do believe that you must touch the heart to move the mind. That would be my final message to you today. I would like to say thanks a million for being here with me this morning, this afternoon, this evening. These are the references. You'll be able to find that in the PDF file. Also the links to the videos that I suggested as well. And the template, yeah, where I took it from, the images, and a special thanks to Great Schools, CNN, Mark Hancock, Mal Hamper from each feat, and Stay Swift, the activity of taking a compliment. Yeah, so I would like to say thank you, and this is for you to get the presentation. Yeah, and also my email if you do have any questions. Right, thanks a million. Yeah, for your contributions in the chat box. Yeah, you can scan the QR code or go to this link here to find the PDF file. Yeah. Vito, I guess
Yes.
we are, yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Carol.
Yeah.
Well, now we are going to go to the Q&A, and we've had lots of questions from the audience. So apologies if we don't get through all of them. But the first one, let me just get to the Q&A here. It's quite a popular one. It's from Amelia Badri. She asks you, she wonders what you suggest if some students are not comfortable at expressing their feelings.
All right. I guess it's, I would say it's step by step. Yeah. For example, sometimes there are some activities that we come up with and not all the students want to participate. Once I tried meditation, for example, with my students, not everybody wanted to, and some of them wanted to wait outside. Yeah, and they came back as soon as we finished. But I guess we could try to build it. Yeah, if they don't want it the first time, maybe you can try another time. Maybe they don't want to talk in front of everybody, but maybe you can talk to the students, maybe only you and the student. And then I guess maybe as time goes by, maybe the student will feel more comfortable. Maybe if he or she doesn't want to talk, maybe the student could write down. And of course, you could ask the permission to read or not, and don't tell the name, but maybe the student could write it down if the student doesn't want to tell you or talk about the emotions. I'm not sure if I have answered yet the question, but I hope so. Yeah.
And Carol, there's a question by Amir Ismaili, and he asks, what would you do if a student chose not to participate in group activities, for instance?
In group activities, like any type of activities.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I guess it's like not exactly similar, yeah, because the other one was about feeling. But I guess when we are learning not only a language, but when we are working like in groups, I usually have, for example, 16 students or 14 students in class. We usually split them in small groups. Like when you say group activities, sometimes there are too many people. Yeah, maybe the person or the student will feel more comfortable talking to less people in the group. So maybe you can work in pairs or in trios, if I understand clearly the question.
Yeah.
So that would be the idea, maybe. One possibility, yeah? But I guess as long as you know the students better, maybe you will learn how to deal with these challenging situations.
Absolutely. Maybe I think he also had to deal with those students who feel uncomfortable sharing their feelings. So in larger groups, it's probably more difficult, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, that's true. Yep.
There's also a question by Seha Amro. She asks, could you provide us with enjoyable activities to deal with pronunciation? I think you kind of have throughout, because this was one of the first questions.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, I guess after the beginning, the first time, the first activity, and then I talked about more practical ones or enjoyable ones. Yeah, but please do write me an email and maybe we can talk later on. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Just two more questions before we go, Carol. This one is by Janaki Cavalcante da Silva. Sorry, Janaki, it's pity, the Brazilian name, and I don't know how to pronounce it. Do you think it's a good idea to show the pronunciation done by native speakers?
The pronunciation, of course. I guess we should, I guess that's the idea. We should expose students to all the varieties. Yeah. So a Brazilian person, an American person, a Canadian one, an Australian one, a British one, all of them. I guess the idea is sometimes the students, a Brazilian student come to me and say, I want to speak as a native speaker. And then a native speaker from where? I guess that would be the question. Where? I mean, from the USA, from the UK, from Canada, from Australia. But how about listening to the other varieties? Yeah. So I guess you should show all the varieties, the native speakers as well. Why not? But not only them. I guess that's the thing.
Agreed. Now, as a last question, this one is by Alif Aitemez, and he asked you, how can we conceptualize the phone names in remote learning? Because he finds it difficult to get interactive online.
Oh, I see. In fact, as I mentioned before, the material from Mark Hancock, yeah, the pronunciation puzzle, the prom pack, in fact, it's really appealing, and I guess the students will enjoy it, yeah, a lot. So you should take a look at it. And talking about the phonemes, specifically, I guess the students, when I started working with the symbols, they find it really fun. Yeah, and they want to draw, try to learn, yeah, how to draw and to do the symbols, to recognize when they use like dictionaries, online dictionaries. So, okay, now that you're looking at these online dictionary, how can we say you can play the word, but pay attention to the symbols next to the word? And then I guess you're going to make students aware of the symbols, but at the same time, they can have fun. I know that sometimes working remotely, it's difficult, depends also at how old maybe the students are, but I guess I do believe it's possible to come up with ways of working with the symbols and make students aware of them, and at the same time they would enjoy this moment of the activity. I hope I have answered, Vito.
Oh, I think it was a great answer.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Carol. Now, just before we go, I'd like to announce and remind you that we have a vacancy for social media assistant at the PronSIG IATEFL group. And the applications they close on Sunday, the 31st of January. And if you're not a member already, you can find information about joining IATEFL and PronSIG on our website. And this webinar will be available to view again on our YouTube channel, also or on Vimeo early next week. And Carol, I would like to thank you for joining us today. Huge thanks to you and for your time presenting it on such an important topic. And I'd just like to thank everyone else for attending. We've had people from all over the world indeed, and it's a great thing to see so many people from different parts of the world joining us.
Thank you, Vito, and thank you, IATEFL and IATEFL PronSIG, for this great opportunity to be here today. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Vito. Thank you, everyone.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you, everybody.
I'm just going to paste the link for those of you who are interested in becoming our official friends. Let me just panelists and attendees. This is the link for joining us. So I think this is goodbye from all of us at PronSIG. I would like to thank you all once again. And if you need anything, please contact us and we'll be glad to help you.
Bye-bye, everyone. See you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.